Let's now start with the latest developments from Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan will continue as Prime Minister at least for the time being. Pakistan President Arif Alvi has said that Khan will remain Prime Minister till the appointment of a caretaker Prime Minister under Article 224A of the Pakistan Constitution. This comes after Imran Khan was denotified as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. A statement was issued in this regard from the country's cabinet division after the dissolution of the National Assembly. Imtiaz Gul, a senior journalist, is now joining us live from Islamabad for more insights on this. Hello, Imtiaz, and welcome to WION.
Yeah, good morning.
Well, all eyes are on the Pakistan Supreme Court as hearing of the Assembly dissolution continues. We are also receiving reports that the top court was in support of early elections and there was a possibility that all parties will be called for compromise. If this turns out to be true, will this not be a blow to the opposition, and is the opposition likely to give in?
I think the opposition is already in a state of shock. Even right now, all opposition leaders, including Shahbaz Sharif and Bilawal Zardari, are holding a press conference criticizing, condemning the National Assembly Deputy Speaker's ruling yesterday. But the other fight is, of course, unfolding at the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court apparently is also cognizant of a constitutional provision, the Article 69, which essentially says that any proceeding in the national parliament will not be called in question by any court. So these are two articles, Article 68 and 69, which cover the parliament because it's the ultimate voice of the people, the ultimate institution that governs governs Pakistan. There is, however, dispute between several legal experts. Some are on the side of the opposition, the others are on the side of the PTI and Imran Khan. And there's some, like one of the barristers, Ehtizaz Ehsan, argues that the Article 69 essentially provides a cover to what happened at the National Assembly yesterday. Right. And this is basically and in fact the Supreme Court itself in one of the judgments a day earlier on 2nd April also quoted the same article when rejecting a petition and said that, well, something happened in the parliament and we cannot intervene.
So let me ask you this. What options does the Pakistan Supreme Court have at this moment with this political turmoil in the country?
Obviously, the Supreme Court judges, whatever their number, cannot remain insensitive to what is playing out in the national parliament or what played out in the national parliament. And they can also not be oblivious to the claim that the Pakistani Prime Minister made as far as the cable from Pakistan's ambassador in Washington, in which, there was a talk between the ambassador and Assistant Secretary of State Donald Lu, who reportedly indicated that if the no trust motion against Prime Minister goes through, then relations with Pakistan could improve and that the US could forgive Pakistan's for past mistakes. So this is a claim that the Prime Minister has made based on a cable that exists, that cable mentions the vote of no confidence 9 times. Which means there was a substantial discussion about this issue on the 7th of March, when the opposition had not moved the no confidence motion as yet. So the government basically made its case for the National Assembly yesterday based on this cable and linked it to the Article 5A of the Constitution, which requires all institutions and civilians and individuals to demonstrate loyalty to the state. So this is a big constitutional battle that lies ahead. However, there are limitations to what the Supreme Court could say.
Let's move away from that. We have countries like China and Turkey stating that they are closely monitoring what is unfolding in Pakistan. What is the role of these two countries on this matter, and how significant are they in Pakistan politics?
Well, I think they both are very close politically, diplomatically, economically to Pakistan, and obviously it will be political instability here or turmoil in Pakistan would be of concern to both these countries, which have a very long-standing relationship with Pakistan, and most of the stakeholders in the system, whether it's politicians or the other institutions, including the army, they traditionally have been very close to both countries, and that's why these countries have said, or the officials there have said, that they are keenly observing the situation in Pakistan as much as other countries have expressed similar concerns.
And finally, experts claim that PTI is stifling democracy and that Imran Khan has hurled Pakistan into a constitutional crisis. What do you make of these statements?
Well, this depends on which way where you are coming from. So obviously this is a constitutional crisis born out of the vote of no confidence motion, but then the government has its own reasons for that, and more importantly, the topmost institution, that is called the National Security Committee, which comprises both the Prime Minister and his cabinet as well as services chiefs, including the Army Chief, has endorsed the cable contents and government actions or government reactions to that. So the endorsement has come from the National Security Committee, from the Federal Cabinet, as well as from the Parliament on the contents, which as a blatant attempt for regime change in Pakistan. So the it would not go lost actually on the Supreme Court either.
I have been talking to a senior journalist, Imtiaz Gul from Islamabad. Thank you very much for your insights today and for talking to WION. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.